everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Kelly. I make all kinds of videos. My posting schedule is very random, but I make book content and, well, just starting to make book content on here, and I do vlogs and like lifestyle, just girly things. But for today's video, I'm going to be doing my April reading wrap up. So I read 9 books in April, which I'm very shocked about because I was in a very massive reading slump in the beginning of the month. And I don't know if it's because I was actually forcing myself to read one of these books I'll talk about that I wasn't really vibing with in the beginning. It did get better, but I feel like I should have put it down and picked up something else. I feel like that was one of the reasons why I was in a reading slump, and also I was back in my 100 era, watching the 100. I haven't watched it in 3 years, and I was watching a TikTok edit the beginning of the month, and I was like, you know what, I want to rewatch it, so that's what I did. So I feel like those two things put me in a massive reading slump. So in the beginning of the month I wasn't reading at all, and then I did this video, which you'll probably see before my reading wrap up, where I switched my screen time for reading. If you haven't seen that, I'll link it down below. And that kind of forced me to read, not forced me, but made me read more books. If I didn't do that video, I probably would have only read 4 or 5 books. Probably 4 books, I feel like, because I read 5 books in that video. But yeah, I'm just going to tell you guys, talk about the books that I read and give you my reviews and all that stuff, and let's just get into it. So the first book that I read in April, I actually finished this on April 1st, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I really loved this. The ending made me cry. I gave it 4 stars just because the beginning felt a little bit short. I don't know, I got a little bit bored in the beginning. But other than that, after I got through that, I flew through this book. I think I read it in 2 days. And the ending was just so sad, and she always gets me with these plot twists that she puts in her book. It was just insane. I loved it. I definitely recommend that you guys read it. And then I read Marriage for One by Ella Mays. This was the book I feel put me into my reading slump. The beginning just felt so boring. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it picked up maybe halfway through the book. I gave it 3 stars. It wasn't bad. I don't know. I didn't get the chemistry between the 2 characters. But yeah, I gave that book 3 stars. And then I went into A Thousand Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. This book made me sob my eyes out. If I can insert a picture of myself, I'll put it on the screen here. This book was so sad. The ending... What is with these books, with these endings that are making me cry? I can't handle it. If you want a book that will make you sob your eyes out and make you really sad, I definitely recommend reading this. I gave it 4 stars just because it is a YA. The writing just felt a little bit, yeah, it definitely felt like a YA romance. I did enjoy it though. And then I went into There Is No Devil. This is the second book in the Sinners duet. I read the first one in November, and I don't know why I waited this long to read the second one, but I really enjoyed this. It kept me really entertained, for the whole book. Both of them did. I rated this 4 stars as well. I read a lot of 4-star reads this month, which I'm not complaining about. If you hear my family, ignore them. I need to get this video filmed, so I'm dealing with that. Then these were the books that I read in my swapping screen time for reading. So if you want to watch that video, check it out. Flawless by Elsie Silver. This is the first book in the Chestnut Springs series. I love just something about a good small town romance. This will fill the void for you because I loved it. And I normally am not into cowboy romances. I think I am now. I'm so excited to read the rest of these books. I've heard that the second book is people's favorite in the series, but I really enjoyed this. Summer was a baddie. I really enjoyed her. Please hold. My family is so loud. Oh my goodness. Anyways, but this book follows Summer and Rhett, and he is a bull rider, and he gets himself into this scandal, which the reason for him being in the scandal I think is the dumbest thing ever. I'll just say that. I don't know if it's on the back of the book. Okay, yeah, it doesn't say why, but the reasoning for why like he's in like this like scandal is just, it was so random. But other than that, I really enjoyed this book. The couple, the spice, I gave this 4.5 or 4.25 stars. Then I read Daisy Hates The Great Undoing. I gave this 5 stars. This is the 4th book in the Magnolia Park series, so I can't really say too much on it because that'll be like spoilers. But Magnolia Parks is basically Gossip Girl. Like, there's so much drama, there's a lot of miscommunication, but the characters in this book, so when you go into the Magnolia Park series, it follows different characters than the Daisy Hates books. I feel like I like the characters in the Daisy Hates books a little bit more. I still love Magnolia and BJ a lot, but something about like Daisy, Christian, Julian, I love them so much, and this book broke my heart. I'm gonna need the next book now because I need it. I need it. I love these characters and I love how toxic it is. It reminds me of like reality, like a reality TV show kind of. And I'm not mad about it. And then I read A Not So Meet Cute. So good. Such a nice rom-com. It had me laughing and kicking and like kicking my feet, giggling. It was so funny. And the main girl character, she is a boss and I love her. I gave that book 4.5 stars. Then I read Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. This is a YA, is it YA fantasy? I think it might be YA fantasy. But I can't say the main character's name. I butcher it. But she is in love with this guy who actually ends up getting with her sister. And they're getting married and she wants to stop the wedding. So she contacts the Prince of Hearts. And she's like, hey, like, can you stop the wedding? And like, he makes her do something. Like, she has to like kiss 3 random people of like his choosing. So that's what this book is basically about. You like follow them, and I loved it. I gave it 4 stars. And then I read, I just hit myself. I read The Ballad of Never After. This book broke my heart. This book was a 4-star. This book was so much better. 5 stars. The ending. I really wish that I would have waited to read this, to be honest, till the 3rd book was out, because how am I supposed to wait until October to find out what happens to these characters? I need to know right now. Like, right now. But yeah, those are all the books that I read. My favorites, like I said, this one, obviously 5 stars, and Daisy Hates. I feel like these are the only 2 books that I gave 5 stars this month. I did originally give A Not So Meet Cute 5 stars, but I took it back because, I don't know, it just didn't give me a 5-star feeling the way that these 2 books did. And sorry if me like explaining these books was kind of like random and I didn't explain them a lot. Some of them are part of a series, so like I feel like explaining what they're about would be like spoilers if you didn't read like the beginning books. But this is my first like reading wrap up, like sitting down and talking about the books that I read, so bear with me. I'll get better as we go on throughout the year with different wrap ups and stuff. I'll get better at explaining books. It's just very hard because I don't want to say spoilers, and in my head I'm like, what is a spoiler? You know what I mean? So like, I tried my hardest. But yeah, these are all the books. All the books that I read in April. I'm gonna do a May TBR or May hopefuls video in a couple of days to show you guys what books I have on my TBR for May. I'm very excited. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what your favorite book that you read in April was, so I can add it to my endless TBR. And yeah, I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video.